Hello, my name is Hans George Campbell, and welcome to my Macintosh pickup for October 2019. Let's get started. Okay, what we have here is an Apple extended keyboard. This is the first version, and the way you can tell that it's the first version, the original version of this famous keyboard, is the fact that it has the Apple logo down here on the bottom instead of here. Version 2 has the Apple logo up here. And also version 2 of this keyboard has like a lever that slides here in the back, and it raises and lowers the back, this back foot part here. But yeah, this keyboard right here it uses Alps mechanical key switches. It's a very nice keyboard. It has a real nice feel to it. This was the finest keyboard, the best keyboard that Apple ever produced for their Macintosh computers. This is the best keyboard ever made, that Apple ever made, right here. This is also considered one of the best mechanical keyboards of all time. Yes, you heard me right. This is a legendary keyboard right here. Version 1 of Apple's extended keyboard. Okay, it has Alps mechanical key switches, and that's I got 2 of these. And there's the other one right there. I plan on taking these apart and just completely doing a complete refurb on both of these keyboards. They're not bad. The case is lightly yellowed, and the space bar is lightly yellowed. And the keycaps, of course, are made out of a different type of plastic, and I don't think they yellow. But still, I think I can make both these keyboards look pretty close to new. And they are mechanical keyboards. I love these keyboards. I love these keyboards. And now they're selling for hundreds of dollars each, if you can even find these in this nice condition on eBay. I mean, even yellowed ones, I'm talking urine colored yellowed ones, they're going for 150, 200 bucks easily. Oh yeah. And ones in this nice condition like this, I'd say between 250, 350. And if it's new in the original box, it's $500 or more to get one of these keyboards in new boxed condition, or like new condition in its original box. These are very valuable keyboards. Anyway, I got 2 of these. Okay. The first Macintosh II computer that I got in this lot this is just the normal, I believe this is the normal Macintosh II. It's not the FX, if I'm not mistaken. This is the normal Mac 2. So let's take a look at it on the inside. Now you have to be careful when you open these. Okay, you gotta be careful when you open these, so that, yeah. This is one of my all-time favorite Macintosh. You got to be careful. Those clips, there's 3 clips on the front. Sometimes they don't always want to release. They're a real pain in the butt. I don't know why Apple made these. I mean, made this case like this. The only thing I don't like about the Mac 2, the way Apple designed this case. I mean, you see how careful I'm being, and yet I guarantee you those tabs will break. It's just the faulty design of this case. Whoever, the engineer that designed this case, clearly had his or her head up their ass. They really did. This is a cheap, low-quality case. That's the only thing I don't like about the Mac II computers. The case is crap. In fact, most of the cases of the classic Macintosh computers are crap. They're low-quality junk, and you know, Apple had the nerve to charge thousands of dollars. I mean, this computer right here costs between $6,000 and $12,000, depending on what was inside it. Okay? They have the nerve to charge that kind of money. Why didn't they make a nice metal case? You know, with a heavy fiberglass front or a nice heavy plastic front that bolts on or whatever. I mean, make a nice case. What's with this plastic crap? Just about every damn vintage Macintosh computer that I have, the same problems. You know, this cheap, you know, low-grade plastic that breaks. You know, the tabs break. You look at them the wrong way and they break. I'm being gentle here, and yet this thing, it will not pop up. I mean, oh my God. See, I had a hard time getting that up. Okay, this one, okay, I didn't break any of those, so it's real dusty on the inside, but I didn't break any of those tabs, so I'm real happy about that. It's not in bad shape. I mean, it's a little yellowed, you know, but I think I usually don't retro bright plastic. So what I'll probably wind up doing is finding out a paint, a spray paint that very closely matches this original color. And I'll probably, you know, just, you know, wash this and rinse this and let it air dry overnight. And I'll just spray paint, just a light thin coat of spray paint over this. And back to the original color. And on this front, now the bottom part's not too bad. If I do wind up spray painting it, I'll carefully mask off this label here, and of course the Apple logo. I don't want nothing. I don't want paint getting on that. And I may not paint this. It's not that bad. It's not yellowed that bad. I mean, I think it's acceptable. You know. But there's the. I think that's the power LED. And then there's the clips right there that you press these levers here, and it moves these out of the way so you can release it. And you know, this is what holds your boards in. This will hold your boards in. But yeah, this needs to be blown out with my air compressor. Okay, so this one here is the this is the Macintosh IIfx computer. The other one that I have over here is the Mac II. This is the Macintosh IIfx. So, okay. Let me get some anti-static bags, because it looks like I'm going to be pulling out some boards. So, okay. Look how big this hard drive is. Apple chose these hard drives because they have a voice coil actuator instead of the other type that is normally used. I don't know why that is, but apparently these type of hard drives are a little bit faster. You know, a little bit faster. This one, I can't see what size it is. Anyway. Okay, well, let's take out these Zorro boards, see what's in here. It doesn't look like it has standard, like the standard video card in here. I don't know who makes this board. 1990, made in the USA. The main chip says Raster Ops. So I think this is a Raster Ops board. I need to look this board up. Yeah, but just look at that. I'll blow it out. I'll blow out the dust. But just look at that. That is a really impressive looking color graphics card right there. I think that's a color graphics card with that much memory right there. You know, but just look at that. Has a normal 15-pin Apple monitor port, but just look at that. That's cool. Okay, so let me put this in a anti-static bag. I don't want nothing happening with this. Yeah, I don't want happening to this. Yeah. Come on. Nothing happening to that card. Yeah. Okay, so that was an anti-static bag. Protected against, you know, static damage or whatever. Okay, so the next board, it looks like it's a standard Apple graphics card, color graphics card. Yeah. Yeah, this is the standard card. And it's been upgraded. The memory has been upgraded on it so that it will display the two 256 colors. You know, 640 by 480, 256 colors. Because normally, when you get this board from Apple, it doesn't include the extra RAM chips. It just has enough for 16 colors. But when you add the extra RAM chips, then you can display, you know, 256 colors, 640 by 480. This is your ROM right here. The Macintosh reads the ROMs that are on the boards plugged into the new bus slots. It reads what's on these ROMs right here to configure these different boards. And I think this is your RAM DAC, or yeah, I think that's the RAM DAC, that chip right there. And I think this is your frame buffer right there. But yeah, that's a standard color graphics card that you find in most Mac 2s, you know. These will also work in the Mac 2 SI. Yeah, you can use this in the Mac 2 SI as well. Okay, so let's get another bag. Get a static bag. Oh, come on. Okay, so there's that bag. Alrighty, that won't get zapped by static electricity. Yeah, okay, let me put this like that, and put that one like that. Alright, the next board we have, I mean, God, this one's loaded with boards. Okay, this one is an Accelerator Board 2. 1990 is a cotton price, made in USA. Again, it's a raster ops. I don't know what this does. I'll have to look this board up. I really don't know what it does, but there's another raster ops board, an accelerator board. I don't know what it does, but there it is. There it is. Okay. Oh, come on. Alright, so there's the three boards that were in there. Okay. And now, okay, well, let's pull out, now this looks like, this does not look like your normal, yeah, I don't think this, is that your normal 50 pin? Why would they have that like that? It is 50 pin, but why would they have that in there like that? That's weird. They don't have that. Alrighty. Okay, let's remove. How do many disk drives the guy's got? 2 disk drives. Wow, that's nice. I wonder if they're both the super drives. If I remember correctly, the Macintosh SE30 and the Macintosh IIs were the first Macintosh computers to have the super drives. They were the first ones. They were also the first computers to have the, was it ADB bus, the keyboard and mouse bus, that serial port bus. I think it's ADB. Yeah, they were the first Macs to have that too. Okay, so there's 4 screws that holds this drive chassis in place. 4 screws. Oh, come on. Okay. Ready? Alrighty. So this is the drive chassis. Oh shit! I don't want that to come out. It looks like this is a 280 megabyte quantum hard drive. So this is not your standard one that would be in here. That's not your standard drive that would be in. I like the fact that it's got that plastic faceplate on it. Yeah. And then these, I think they're both, they look like they're both super drives. I could be wrong. This might be the standard 800K drive. This one here, I think is a standard 800K drive, and this is a super drive. Or it could be the opposite, you know. Yeah, I'm not sure about that unless I do some further research on it. Okay, I'm going to put these away and I'll be right back. Okay, so, alrighty. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do a total refurb on both of these Mac 2s. Yeah. I'll do a total refurb on them. Let me see if this has... It should have a 40 megahertz L30 chip. And it does. Yeah. Okay, let me check the PRAM batteries. Make sure they haven't leaked or damaged the board. Yeah. Get these out of here. I'll be putting brand new ones in. Yeah, they haven't leaked. I think I got to them just in time. They haven't leaked, so I'll throw those in the garbage. Throw that one in the garbage. I'll pop this back on. Yeah, I'll pop that back on. And now we got this one. Come on. Okay. Come on out of there. Oh, come on. I lucked out. These didn't leak. And I think they look good. I think the battery holders, they look good. They don't look like they're corroded or anything like that. So I lucked out. The battery holders, they didn't leak. And the batteries, I mean, they didn't leak. So when I do the refurbishment, I'll put 2 brand new batteries. Another thing I was thinking about doing is unsoldering these battery holders and then soldering in 2 wires from each one, right? I don't want to drill into the plastic case, this original case, but I was thinking about drilling a couple of holes in one of these slot covers here that will hold like a little mini plug. And I can plug a battery pack that holds like 2 AA batteries. I can plug a battery pack into each one and just have the batteries just sitting behind the computer. You don't even see them. And this way there's no batteries inside the computer itself to worry about. I'm planning on doing a recap on this. A total recap. This is my favorite Macintosh computer of all time. Mainly because it came out the same year that the Amiga 2000 came out, which was 1987. And it looks similar to the Amiga 2000, the case, even right where the drives are placed in the case. So, but the only difference is the Amiga 2000 blew the doors off, as far as graphics and sound, of the Macintosh II computer. And yet, you can buy an Amiga 2000 for $2,450. That included the high-res color monitor, the keyboard, mouse, software, everything. Whereas on this, just a standard Mac 2, you're talking $5,500, and you still had to buy the keyboard, you had to buy the mouse, and you had to buy the monitor. You know. And if you got a Macintosh IIfx like this, they were between $8,000 and $12,000. It's just, you know, Apple was absurd with their price. I mean, the prices that they charge for these computers. I mean, only a stupid person bought Apple Macintosh computers. I mean, somebody that was stupid. They bought one of these computers because of bravado, because of ego, because of, oh, look at me, I've got a Macintosh. You know, only a stupid yuppie, a stupid person bought these Macintosh computers. Because think about it, the smart people bought Amigas. Okay? The Amiga 2000, especially the 2500, did everything that this computer did and more, and it costs like less than $5,000. I'm talking about the Amiga 2500 that had the old 30 processor board installed and the SCSI hard drive and all that, nice memory expansion and all that. You know, it had a metal case. It was well designed, high quality, and yet it was like half the price of this, or less than half the price of this. But I still like the Mac 2, the Macintosh II computers. They're my favorite Macintosh. There's just something about them I like. I find them very appealing. I like a lot of the classic Macintosh computers. I just don't like Apple. I don't like Apple as a company because they sell to the classes, not the masses. You know, and I don't like that. Okay, that's one of the reasons why the Commodore 64 and the Amiga computers were so popular, so successful, because those computers were sold to the masses, not the classes. I think, in general, the classes are stupid. Okay, whereas the masses, I think most of those people, including myself, were smart, because we bought the Amiga computer. Whereas the classes, they're stupid, they bought the Macintosh computers. And I'm sorry to say that, and it's not my opinion. These are facts. Only a stupid person bought this computer. I mean, these computers, and paid the outrageous prices that Apple had the nerve to charge for these computers. I'm serious. I would have never paid that. I mean, yeah, when this Macintosh first came out, I was drooling over it. It's a beautiful Macintosh when it's all set up with the extended keyboard and the nice mouse and the high-res made in Japan, Sony Trinitron monitor, you know, high-res color monitor and everything. And this is a beautiful computer. And I'm going to have this one set up right next to my Amiga 2500. But yeah, I just had to voice my opinion on that, you know. Anyway, the power supply is 250 watts. And it has a variable speed fan. I think it's temperature controlled. It senses the temperature inside the computer and adjusts the speed of the fan accordingly. And I think only the Macintosh IIfx had that. The normal Mac 2s, like what I'm going to show next, it had just a normal single speed fan. Same 250 watt power supply, but it was a single speed fan. It wasn't variable speed. Okay, but anyway, here is the... God, even with everything out of it, it's kind of a heavy computer. Anyway, there is the Macintosh II FX computer. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? Okay. This is your 68030 microprocessor running at 40 megahertz. That's the math coprocessor. This is your memory. I think this is the ROM sim. This is your cache slot right there. And these are your 6 NuBus slots. The Macintosh II computers were among the first computers, besides the Amiga, to use plug and play. This was one of the first computers to use plug and play. Okay? In case you wonder, you know, you PC users, you wondered where plug and play came from. It came from the Amiga. Apple stole it from Commodore, and they also used it in their new Macintosh line. But the Amiga computers and the Macintosh computers were the first computers to offer plug and play. But it wasn't called that back then. Okay, it wasn't until the PCs came out with similar style motherboards and boards that they coined that phrase plug and play. Okay. Anyway, that's the Mac IIfx computer. Let me go ahead and put this away so it's not going to get kicked or damaged. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't want that computer getting damaged or getting kicked. So, yeah. Alrighty. Alrighty, now for the next one, which is the normal Mac 2. Now this one I've already opened before, and I already cut the batteries out. They both use, they use 2 of these like 3-volt Varta batteries, or I don't know what kind of, I think lithium batteries. They use 3-volt batteries, 2 of them. And you have to have these. The computer will not turn on without those batteries. So if you ever have a Macintosh, get a Mac 2 computer and it doesn't seem to want to turn on, I don't want to break those clips. Check the batteries. Okay, I didn't break the clips. Check the batteries and make sure that they're not dead, because that's a common problem with these. Okay, so it looks like it's got the normal Apple Color Graphics card, new bus card. Right there, same as what was in the Macintosh IIfx. Okay, so let me put this in a anti-static bag. I don't want anything happening to this board. Now this one, I don't know. I want to put one of these in my Mac II CX, which I'm going to show at a later time. Okay, it too's got that 5¼ inch hard drive. Okay, so come on. Oh, if you have to remove the connector from this hard drive, be very careful. You can easily snap off that part of the PCB. Be very careful when removing it from the hard drive. That's why I'm removing it from the motherboard itself. Okay, so I got all that removed. Go ahead and take out these screws. Now, okay, that's that. Yeah, this is the normal Macintosh II, which has a 68020 processor and Navco processor, and I believe they run at 16 megahertz. It's either 16 or 20 megahertz. I'll find out in a moment. But yeah, I just love these Macintosh II computers. They're one of my favorite, all-time favorite of the classic Macs. Just love these. And I will have that Macintosh IIfx once I refurbish that and have it fully restored, because I've got the high-res color monitor for it, and I've got an extended keyboard in really nice shape. So I can't wait to set up that computer next to my MiG 2500. I think it's going to be nice. Very impressive. Anyway, okay, so get this out of the way. Okay, so let me see what speed the processor is. Okay, yeah, 16 megahertz. Anyway, this is the inside of the Macintosh II computer, and the batteries were there. They were soldered in. I clipped them out, but yeah, they were soldered in. Okay, alrighty. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you the Macintosh II computers that I got for October of 2019. Okay, and the 2 keyboards I got with them. I only paid $100 for all of this, $100. I saw the guy's ad on Craigslist down in Salem, and he was nice enough to bring it up to me, everything up to me, the 2 computers and 2 keyboards, and he let me have both of them, all of it for $100, and that was a steal. That was a steal. It really was. Because the keyboards alone are going for between, like I said, between $100 and $200 in that condition. Some I've seen go as high as $300. So, you know, even at minimum sold amount of $100 each, we're talking at least $200 just for the two keyboards. Okay, and then each one of these Mac 2 computers, the lowest I've seen these sold for, this is selling prices, sold prices, is $305, and a few of them sold for over $600. So even at the minimum sold amount, we're talking $305, so that's $610 just for the two computers. You know, so that's like $810 worth of Apple Macintosh computer stuff, and I paid $100 for it. So I think I came out ahead. I think I got the best end of the deal. And the guy was happy. He was happy that they went to a good place. I told him this is my favorite classic Macintosh, and I'm going to restore them and set them up and use them. And he was happy about that, you know. And of course, he got a little bit of money too for his time or whatever, you know. But anyway, my name is Hans George Campbell, and that's it for this video. Until next time.